Hi everybody, so I'm back to just talk about my opinion on who the ultimate superheroes are. And now, since like the 1930s, comic fans have read in awe about battles of ultimate destruction. I always do that. Ultimate destruction. There's been sad tales, happy tales, stupid disappointments, absolute legends within comics. But with so many comic books being flawed all the time, who's had cultural impacts or development or inspiration, or who's had the best origins? Because the origin stories are very important to relate to where the characters come from to make them who they are today. And also, I think it's important to say who's protected the earth. And I just want to know who's the most interesting character, because it's not all about Batman, Superman, the well known and obvious guys. It can be people exist, and some people out there don't even know they exist, and it's a sad day for comic book fans when that happens. So I'm going to position myself better than this. Ain't Mr. Panda with his zombie t shirt on. He's just having a chill out with me. And we're going to discuss who needs to be appreciated more in the land of comics. And I'm just going to tell you my superheroes. Spider-Man is my favourite superhero, but I'm not even going to bore you to death with why I like Peter Parker. This is going to be my rundown. One guy that I think is underappreciated is my Emerald Archer. I mean, Green Arrow is a great superhero. The inspiration, I think, comes from Robin Hood. And Ollie Queen is a young playboy. He went from being a rich dude to like a struggling man who was trying to survive on an island where he was basically left to survive, picking up new skills. And when he realised what skills he had, he used them to help people. He was an archaeologist, and he tried to fight baddies who were burning down a museum because he was just trying to create justice. But he is part of the Justice League, he's part of the Outsiders, and he's held partnerships with Connor Hawke and the Green Lantern. He's all round intellectual, and he's intelligent, and he's a tactician. He's a master archer and a swordsman. He doesn't whistle when he does it though. I do. So he's a cool swordsman. He basically, Connor Hawke is Queen's son. So Connor Hawke is a junior Green Arrow, and he has sworn to his father that he's going to keep the position of the legacy going. Now, to me, that says Team Arrow, and I think that is progressive because he did start in the 60s, and people did say, oh, he's just a knockoff Batman. And I'm thinking, he isn't a knockoff Batman at all. And what you've got to remember is he doesn't even have any powers. Maybe that's why they say he is a knockoff Batman. Green Lantern is teamed up with many times with Hal Jordan. Yeah, what he did. Where's my head gone? In the Gods Among Us, he captured Harley Quinn, and basically he does fight for justice. And in Green Arrow Volume 1, it was a 4-issue edition which was limited, and it was published from May to August of 1983. Please read it. And if you like the Green Lantern and Green Arrow, then you will like the Connor Hawkes editions of Dragon Blood. So Green Arrow is in my superhero ultimate list. Daredevil is a really put upon character. I mean, he is one of the unluckiest comic book characters I have ever had the pleasure of reading about. He has had two girlfriends, both killed by his arch enemy Bullseye. He has been put in jail. He has been married, and then the woman that he married went mental. Like, people go mental, but this bitch went mental. And then also, he's been possessed by demons. And what is worst of all for Daredevil is Ben Affleck portrayed him and created his whole life into a mediocre, shitty little poopy, gritty little shitty poopy film. Cheers, Ben Affleck. So, he's been through the run of the mill as Daredevil, and it was published by Marvel in 1986. Frank Miller had a lot to do with Daredevil, and that is why I'm a massive Daredevil fan, because I absolutely love Frank Miller. I even have a tattoo somewhere, back of the leg, which is Frank Miller based comic book art from Sin City, and that is just a crucial reason personally why I really do enjoy Daredevil. And I think a gritty must-read for Daredevil fans is an issue called Born Again. It's proper gritty, but it is a must-read for Daredevil fans. His identity is revealed to Kingpin, and that was what was published in 1986 with Frank Miller involved. And Born Again started as a story arc, but it now is a graphic novel. So I reckon Daredevil should be on the list of ultimate superheroes. Iron Man. I love him. His first appearance was in the Tales of Suspense. It was number 39 in March 1963. It was a Stanley inspired by Howard Hughes. And he created Tony Stark, the interpreter. Sometimes I can't speak and I question my ability of my cut. With the CEO, he builds himself a robot suit, creating Iron Man. The best thing about Iron Man that I've read is the Demon in a Bottle. It was published in 1979, and it was from the Invincible Iron Man, written by David Michelinie and Layton. So, it's a 9-issue story arc, and it involves Navy ships, soldiers, tanks. Namor's in it as well. Namor is defending the soldiers, who later get revealed as Roxanne Oil Corporation. Iron Man and Namor get teamed up to defeat the soldiers. Then Iron Man bloody fucking malfunctions. Falls out of the sky. And then the Avengers then stop him from being the team leader because he started to be a naughty man who drinks a lot. So there's drink issues within this, and that's why it's called Demon in a Bottle. And because he's so pissed all the time, he's then targeted by, is it called Obadiah Stane, who is like the first man to use the key identity called the Ironmonger and becomes Stark's arch enemy. Eventually, he does take over Stark's business. Thanks, S.H.I.E.L.D. for that, by the way. For letting Stane take over Stark's enterprise. Bloody hell. And then, it even changes the name to Stane International. Yeah, so I want to say Iron Man is part of the Avengers, he's part of S.H.I.E.L.D., he's part of Force Works, he's also part of the Illuminati, which is for proper clever people. So he's a genius playboy billionaire. philanthropist. Couldn't say it. Love Iron Man. Absolutely love him. Um, do you know that Ghostface Killer even had an album entitled Iron Man, which had lyrics in it from based around the comic books? I thought that was a fun fact to throw in there. And if we're throwing in songs, Paul McCartney, of all people, has sung lyrics regarding Magneto from the X-Men. A fucking Beatle getting down with the X-Men. Whoop. Okay, I love Captain America, I love Wolverine, I love Deadpool, I love Spider-Man, I love the Flash Rogues, I love Colossus and Quicksilver. In fact, I love all of the X-Men. The Hulk and the Flash. I love the Flash, Barry Allen. But this is one of my first true loves from when I started reading comics. And it's Remy LeBeau. And to anyone else who doesn't know who the hell I'm talking about, that'd be Gambit from the X-Men. Gambit was created by Chris Claremont and Jim Lee. Jim Lee is also well known for the All-Stars and for Batman and Robin and Boy Wonder. And now, thanks Jim Lee, he's done Gambit. So, I think his first appearance was in the Uncanny X-Men in the year 1990. 1990. And then he's obviously a human mutant with kinetic energies, and he's good at manipulation. He foresights using tarot cards. And he also had a love interest with one of my other favourites. Where is she? There. Rogue. She's on the list somewhere of ultimate people. I love her. And then he was ranked number 65 in the all-time comic characters. So I want to change the status because listen to the shit that he's had to put up with. He's had to put up with Mr. Sinister taking part of his brainstem, making him lose half of his powers. He's had to help Storm escape the Shadow King. And he's had to put up with all that shit with the X-Men and his constant duels with Wolverine because Logan's a little bitch who won't leave him alone. That's because Logan got interested with Rogue and it was like this love interest triangle shitty thing that happened.